When you think of a genre, what exactly comes to mind? What do you think is the purpose of a genre? Well, to me, genres are a tool. They're tones and categories chosen in order to create a layout of the story the author is trying to communicate. Fantasy is to create a mystical, abstract story for adventurers to admire. Myths come in to explain world order and ideas. And horror is used to touch the grim reality that journeys can be tormenting. When it comes to psychological horror in particular, after taking the time to understand how it influences its viewers through relating to viewers on a personal level, it's clear to see that psychological horror is used deliberately by the creators of these pieces of media. The only question that remains is, how is it used? And like usual, we need to dive a little deeper. When it comes to understanding how it's used in story writing, it's important to understand the type of media it's used in. Omori depicts depression and guilt. DDLC depicts jealousy and a fall to desperation. The Shining depicts insanity and the effects of stress. And Get Out depicts manipulation and the loss of control. But for the sake of avoiding repetition, let us visit instead Boisvert. Boisvert is a YouTube channel that utilizes elements of psychological horror in their abstract YouTube series and crank it up in order to thoroughly convey to viewers the emotions that the main character is experiencing. In its very first episode, Take Care, it starts off chill and subtle as the main character relishes over his small victories despite his heavy isolation with his own home, but in the end gets confronted by an entity who doesn't necessarily try jump scaring you, but approaches you and asks questions like, when did you last go outside? See your family? See your friends? These simple questions give us insight into what this creature encapsulates. His loneliness, how he hates and despises himself for isolating and trapping his own being within the confines of his house, wanting to go out and see the outside, interact with his friends, but simply is unable to due to his self-inflicted isolation. And that's only what I got from the first video. As such, psychological horror is used to communicate to viewers that are falling and watching these stories the emotions of these characters and the states of beings these characters are going through. The way Omori encapsulates his guilt through reoccurring imagery of his dead sister and his past. The Shining depicts stress and the descent to insanity through outbursts of stress and hallucinogenic episodes. That's how psychological horror is used in storytelling, to create and depict how the characters feel and what they go through.